A very big welcome to the No Nonsense Accountant channel. I hope you find part 1 of how to file a Portuguese tax return useful. Let's dive in. In this video we will demonstrate how to fill out a Portuguese tax return. In this part 1 we will cover the initial steps. As you saw, we go to the IRS page, which shows the Submit Declaration page, where we see the menu on the left side. First, we need to check what expenses the tax office has confirmed as our recorded expenditure. We have added the Google Translate add-on to the Chrome browser. It is very handy to have when filling out this tax return. Scroll through the list of expenses and see if it matches what you have spent, or if earlier in the year, in February, you classified them as they appear. Not everyone will have the exact expenses as they appear here. For this taxpayer, he has care home expenses, the general expenses, and health-related expenses. It's not necessary to have expenses in all these categories. If you are self-employed and have an open activity, then also check what expenses appear here. This taxpayer does not have an activity open. We are going to ignore the automatic IRS. Next, go to the Submit Declaration. You now start the submission process. Once you click the Submit Declaration, you will see these 4 options. When you are submitting for the first time in the year, you need to select the first declaration. The rest are not necessary right now. Click on Complete Declaration. It will take you to this page, called Complete Declaration. Select the year for which you are filling this return. Give it a moment, and now you have entered the tax return itself. You will be given 4 choices. As an initial submission, we select either the first one or the last one. The main advantage of pre-filled return is that the expenses in Annex H will be automatically taken into account. You won't need to enter them manually. The second option is for retrieving already saved XML file of a return that you already worked on. So in this case, we select either pre-filled or start with an empty return. We are going to choose the pre-filled option. Type in the tax number of the person for whom this return is for. We are not opting for joint taxation. Once the tax number is recognized, then close this small box. You are now at the start of the face of the tax return. The Portuguese call it the face of the return, but this is actually the main part, or the standard part of the return. Read the alerts the tax office has given here. Other than reading them, we have not done anything else. Next, go to the first section. Since this is pre-filled, your tax office number will already be there. Look at Section 2, Year of Income. This will also be pre-filled. Next, look at Section 3, Name of the taxpayer, which will also be pre-filled. However, you won't actually see the name. It will just be the tax number. If the taxpayer has disability that is verified by the National Health Service and a percentage of the disability given by them, you include it under the degree of disability. The rest of this section deals with the degree of disability. For taxpayers who have different circumstances, you will need to be careful as to how you fill this part, especially if you only had temporary disability, or if your disability level is gradually dropping and is below 60%. We then go to Section 4, which is the taxpayer's marital status. We have 5 options here. For this taxpayer, who is single and divorced, we will select option 3. We have quickly gone to Section 5, which is about joint taxation. Since this taxpayer is single, we leave 5.1, 5.2 empty. This part also has a similar degree of disability questions for the other taxpayer, which we will leave empty too. We go to the next section, Section 6, for household. Here you need to give information about your family that live together as a household. If you opted for single filing and you have a better half, then you fill out 6.1. Here we are looking for number 2 and number 5 in section 5, but struggle to find it number 5. However, the gist here is that if you have not opted for joint filing, then you give your other half's tax number here. You also add any dependents, i.e., your children, and you follow each box below, and enter the right information. You also need to include their percentage of disability if they have a disability. Next, we go to section 7, which is for ascendants, i.e. parents. Let's say if this return was of one of the children of this taxpayer, they would have included the information about their father here and shown the degree of disability. We go to the next section, section 8, for declaring the tax residency. This taxpayer lives on mainland Portugal. So we select continent. The second part is for non-residents who have Portuguese source income. The third part is for tax residents who have become tax residents during the year or have left Portugal during the year. You fill out the dates accordingly. We next go to section 9. This is to confirm the bank account to which any refunds the tax office can pay. If you had confirmed it already on the tax office portal or in the previous year, then it would appear pre-filled. If it's empty, you type it in. We next go to section 10, which is to confirm the nature of the declaration. We think the system needs to be told if this is the first declaration or a replacement. Basically, the system probably cannot detect it correctly. Let's go to the next section 11. This is for what the Portuguese call assignment of the income tax or VAT. Here, you select the registered charitable institution that can receive 0.5% of any tax that you would pay on the income declared in this tax return. You can use the institution's tax number or search using Consult Beneficiary Entities. The search function is workable and not too clunky to work with. We don't have section 12. Next, we go to section 13, the last section. Here, you indicate if this tax return was filed out of normal deadlines, and choose which one of the special deadlines applies. We are filing using the normal deadline, so we don't need to fill this section. Once we complete all the sections, we click on Validar or the validation button, which is the second blue button above the line. We will get an error message. This error message will always be there, since we have not included any supplementary pages, which are called annexes. The trick here is to ensure that we only get this error message. If there were other errors in the face of the return, then they would show up now, and you would need to correct them before you start adding any annexes. Before we finish, this is a quick view of the annexes that can be included. We will end this tutorial here. This is basically what you need to know for starting with the main part of the return. In future tutorials, we will cover some of the annexes. Thank you for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe if you found value in this video, and would like others to see it as well. Liking and sharing help the video reach a wider audience.